If you listen to this message and you don't listen to me again, I'll be okay. I'm talking about the majority and the minority side of life. This is where most of the problems we have in this world came from. You see, there are two different groups in this world. We have the default majority. We have the decided minority. One of the greatest gifts God gave us is the power of choice. He gave us a will. You can decide whether you want to be here in the majority side or you want to be here. You see, in the book of Numbers, God promised the Israelites, I'm going to give you a very vast land. I'm going to give you a very good land, prosperous land. And God was transitioning the Israelites from Egypt to the Canaan land. That's the promised land. Before they got there, Moses said, come. Let's go and check what is there. Let's go and assess the fertility of the land before we enter. So he sent 12 people. They went and they came to give their report. Majority of them, 10, making up of 83%. 10 of them came and said, we cannot do it. There are some giants on that land. If you try, they will kill us. In fact, we look like grasshoppers in their eyes. We shouldn't try. And because of what the 10 majority said, the entire population of the Israelites, they started to cry. They began to cry. In fact, they even wanted to kill Moses. They said, let's kill this guy and elect a leader who will take us back to Egypt. That's what they did. Only 2, that's about 17%. Only 2 said, we can do it. This is the same group of people we have till today. Those who are in the default majority of this life are completely different from those who are in the decided minority. Those who are in this group, they decided to be here. It's a decision. They decided to be here. That's why I talked about the power of choice. Those who are here is by default. You don't need to do anything. It's by default. You are here. Once you decide to live here, to join here, you must first know who you are. That's your identity. You must know what you have. That's your leverage, what you can leverage on to get what you don't have. Then you must know what you can do, right? You must know who you are. You must know what you have. You must know what you can do. That is why all the people who fall here, they know who they are. 80% of the population on this earth are poor. They are here. 80% of the population of this world, their marriages are collapsing. They are here. 80% of the population of this world, they have health issues. They are here. They don't work out. They don't eat right. They don't take care of their body. They are here. Only 20% of the population are rich or wealthy. That's they take care of their finance. How did they become it? They know who they are. That is why most of the rich people we see today, they don't follow the masses because they know who they are. They know that even if they don't follow you, they can make it. That is why some even drop out of school because they know who they are and they know what they have that they can leverage on to be successful. So the decisions they take, if you are here, you will never understand them. When Joshua and Caleb said, let's go, the 2%, the 20%, let's go, we can do it. The 10 is saying we can't do it. We, the two of us, the 20% of us, we can do it. What was the difference between Joshua and Caleb and the rest of the 10 who said they can't do it? Joshua and Caleb knew who they are. They understood. They knew that they were Israelites. They didn't forget themselves. They knew that they were Israelites. It is us who defeated Egypt. We are just coming back from Egypt. It is the same as that walked in the midst of a whole sea without our feet touching water. So they knew who they were. Secondly, Caleb was the leader of the tribe of Judah. Tribe of Judah is the tribe of kings. It is the same tribe that King David came from. It is the same tribe that King Solomon came from. It is the same tribe that Jesus Christ came from. So he knew who he was. Caleb knew who he was. Joshua was the leader of the tribe of Ephraim. That is the tribe of leaders. They had leadership spirit. So Joshua and Caleb knew who they were. They knew what they have. They knew they had Moses. They knew they had God on their side. So nothing can be against them. So they were aware of what they had and they knew what they can do. So they were not afraid to defeat the giants that were living on the Canaan land. The majority always fails. This group, they always succeed. I was talking to somebody this week and he was telling me something that most of you also have a problem with. He was telling me right now a lot of marriages are collapsing and he's even thinking of not getting married. And I knew what the problem is. He was here. 80% of the marriages are collapsing. So if you find yourself in this group and you look behind your shoulder and you see your friend also in the same group, and because you have the same mentality, you come on social media, and based on the content you are watching, because of who you are, the algorithm is suggesting to you people of your kind who are also going through relationship problems, who are also going through hard times financially, who are also going through. So it's a group. So when you find yourself here, the mistake these people make is that they think this is the world. They think the world is made up of only these people. They don't know that there are a group of people on this same planet whose marriages are working, whose finances are going on well, who are exercising every day and being disciplined about what they eat. And so they have a very good health life. Guess what? They make a lot of noise for two reasons. They make a lot of noise because one, they are many, and number two, they don't have mentors. So when the 10 came back from the trip and they told Moses, we can't do it, the rest of the people, because they were not learning from Moses, they started crying, making noise, shouting. It's the same thing. When somebody have a problem here, especially in his relationship or in his finance and something else, because there are many, it is easy to hear them. That's why you see the news all over. It seems like everybody is struggling. It seems like everybody's finances are not going well. It seems like everybody's relationship is breaking. It's because there are many. So definitely by default, they will make noise. And because they don't have mentors, when they crash or when they meet any difficulty, they don't have anybody to talk to for clear direction, right? So they come online and pour out their frustration. Here is different. Here they have mentors. Moses was a direct mentor to Joshua. Immediately Moses died, Joshua took over. They have mentors, and because they are only minority, just 20% of the population, they are silent. They don't talk. Even when they talk, you won't hear, because the noise of this 80% will overshadow them, so they don't talk. When they have any difficulties in life, because they have people that they follow as mentors, they don't come out to talk. They don't come out to make noise. You don't see them on social media complaining about their marriage. Because when the husband is doing something wrong, or when the wife is doing something wrong, they have a higher authority about them that they talk to. Most of the problem here is that because they don't have any mentors directing their lives, even small issue that could be resolved, they bring it to social media and everybody will bite part of the topic and they worsen the case. So even small issue that they could have solved, it wasn't really a problem. Because he came on social media and people took sides, they escalated it and made what could have been solved unsolvable. That's why most of their relationships are breaking. To be here in the minority side of life, it is work, decision, and determination. It is work. It is a decision and a determination. Those who succeed in life, the few 20% who succeed in life, they decided to succeed. They decided to work hard to succeed. And they were determined to succeed. The few people here whose relationships are working, whose marriages are working, they worked to make it work. They decided to make it work. And they were determined to make it work. Those who are here, you don't need to do anything you don't need to work hard for your relationship to fail. It's by default. It means that the people who are here, they have a default mind. They are not ready to change. By default, men and women relationship is not supposed to work, because these are completely different creatures. The things that excite men are directly opposite to the things that excite women. What makes men happy is completely different from what makes women happy. How women see life is completely different from how men see life. So if everybody wants to be at their default mode, no relationship would work, and that's what these people are doing. This place, the people whose marriages work here are people who have decided to psych their own minds, who have decided to say, okay, I feel like doing this, but for the sake of my relationship to work, but for the sake of my relationship, for the love I have for my partner, I'm not going to do it. So they come out from their default mode. It means that if you are coming out from your default mode, you are sacrificing part of your life, and the guy is also sacrificing part of his life. Then you meet at the center. Here, most of the time, the guy is standing at the default mode. He expects the girl to chase, or most of the time, the lady is at the default side. He expects the guy to now come out from his default. It doesn't work. Most of the things people do here to make their relationship work, if they tell these people, they think they are in slavery. Oh, my wife is sick, so I cooked today as the man. Oh, I washed the dishes today. Oh, I did it for my own wife. When a man who is here sees this, he thinks this man is a fool. He's a fool. That's why his relationship is working. The guys who succeed here, when they are not following trends, when they are repeating trousers just to save and invest in a business, and this guy sees them working every day, this guy sees them repeating trousers every day, they think these guys are fools. That is why they always end up rich, because these people always impress it. They are always following the trend. Why? They are many. You can never be successful in a default mode. Get that straight. You can never be successful in any area of your life in a default mode, because success is a decision. You have to decide, the power of choice. You have to decide that I want to be here. If you are confused and you are asking yourself now, which part of this group am I? You are already here, because those who are here, they are not confused. They took time to read and expand their knowledge on how to get out of their default mode, on how to meet the right people, on how to build themselves, on how to build new skills, on how to do new things outside what their natural body is used to. You have the choice to choose which group you want to fall in. Relationships in this group will never work. You can never be in this group and be financially successful. You can never be in this group and have a good health. The thing is, there are people who are in the majority in relationship, but they are in the minority in finance. He is doing things that will make his finances work. That means he is putting in work. He is making the right decisions. He is being determined on his finances, right? On his finances. But he has left his relationship on default. So it's possible. So we have people who are experiencing default relationships but decided finances. We have people whose health are best. They go to the gym, they eat well. So that is a decided minority. They are part of the few people who have very good health habits, but they are part of the people who don't manage their finance well. They don't see, they are part of the majority who don't manage their wealth, their money well. So every aspect of your life, when it comes to finance, ask yourself, in my financial life, am I in the minority or am I in the majority? If you are in the majority, you will always be poor. It takes work, decision and determination, and all these things come from information, reading wide and knowing, and you can only do that based on your knowledge on who you are, what you have, and you acknowledging what you can do at least better than anybody else. In your relationship, are you in the default majority or you are in the decided minority? Use this to guide your life and know where you belong. This has always been the differences between humanities who are occupying this earth. There are only two groups. We have the default majority and we have the decided minority. Which group do you fall in? You can always change, because God gave us the power of choice. That's the will. That's what I came to tell you.